Yeah. Hi, everyone. Welcome back. It's May 14th. We're almost halfway through the month. We have Dr. Stacee Santi today as our visitor and guest speaker. She is the genius and CEO and founder of Vet2Pet, and she has a lot of really creative ideas all the time. And Stacee, I always love seeing your new creativity. It's just the way your brain thinks. So she's going to show us some new features to our app that actually correspond and correlate to this COVID time that are very helpful. So thank you, Stacee.
Oh, thanks for having me. It's good to see you, Kelly, and everyone out there. So, COVID. I say, Corona. So it's been a challenge for everyone, including my company, to kind of figure out what we're going to do now. I feel like we've made a huge pivot, kind of like the way Madonna did between Material Girl and Papa Don't Preach. Like we just transcended this. And now we've reinvented ourselves here as more telemedicine capabilities in the Vet2Pet platform. And the way I've done Vet2Pet always, I started the company from my own app experience, building the app for my clinic in Colorado. And I just built the app to fix holes in the practice and to help me solve problems when I'm in the clinic. And I'm like, it would be really nice if people could order medication from their phone and not stand in line when I'm trying to get my staff out for lunch. So things and features evolve from a need. And so COVID gave us all brand new needs. I mean, nobody was really practicing curbside care a few months ago, and now we all are trying to. So we did some major pivoting, and we added in two-way app chat, which went live last week. So that's super exciting for us. And we're adding in in-app payment coming in a couple more weeks from now. So these are two components that I think the vets are really needing now, more than ever. You know, it was interesting before, but now it's a necessity with curbside care. And we're going to start doing some telemedicine type features inside the platform. But the main thing about our platform that's unique is we build the app for the veterinarian. So we aren't a third party provider, so to speak. We actually build the app and let them customize it so it has their name on it. And when they send chats and notifications and messages out to their clients, it actually has their practice's name on it, not somebody else's name. So we really love that for veterinarians that are really looking to strengthen the bond and build a virtual connection now during COVID.
That is really cool. And your creativity was pretty interesting because you had the loyalty aspect built into the app. I know that was one of your beginning features that was a real takeaway for hospitals that people really liked. Can you tell us about your new features? Like, I know you have two, right?
Yes, we have two we've added in. So we have app chat. And the way this is going to work is the pet owner will have the practice's app downloaded. And this is fantastic because we want our client, I always talk like I'm the vet. The vet wants the client to have their app because it's like a tethering. It's a connection. And so it allows the veterinarian to reach their clients. So if you need to send out messages to your clients about COVID protocols, or, you know, I used to do it here in Durango where I live, we have the bubonic plague. So I would need to send messages out to all of my clients instantly when there was a positive case in the area. So everyone would give their flea medication. So things like this allow the vet to stay connected. So the way the app is going to work here with chat is the pet owner will have the app. They can initiate a chat to the veterinarian. And when they do that, a cool feature we added, because I always am curious as to getting into the mindset of my client, is the client can rate the urgency of the problem. So there is no scientific method here. It's like their perception of the urgency. So you can see low, medium, or high, because we all know some clients are panickers and some clients are not. This will allow the vet to understand more if this is an appropriate platform for delivering medicine, because if it's a high urgency in the client's mind, you may want to get them in the clinic earlier than if they were thinking it wasn't as much of an emergency. But the chat comes in, the vet can handle it from their dashboard, which is cloud-based, so that's cool because people can run that dashboard all over the place remotely and in multiple stations. And then conversely, the vet can start a chat with their clients. So we can instantly ask them how things are going on their end. Picture sharing, video sharing. Soon you see that little button there on the bottom, the $sign. This is what we're adding in a few weeks, where you'll be able to press that and then collect payment. So now we think this is interesting, right? At first we were thinking it would be great to collect payment for telemedicine, but I think what's going to happen is vets are going to want to collect payment for all sorts of things like the invoice and medication, and this is going to help them be way faster in the clinic.
Wouldn't it help, like when I take my pup Noah, which I go a lot to the vet because it's him, right? Like I just took him in for an ear infection a couple of weeks ago, and actually had to make Facebook Live because the boy had to go in. His head was tilted sideways permanently, parallel to the ground because his ear hurt so much. Poor guy. But then, like, when I said, how am I going to pay for this? Like, how do you want me to pay? They're like, well, you can give me a credit card or call in the credit card number. This would solve that problem, right? Because
right.
You could say, well, Kelly, it was X dollars, and then I just send it through the app, correct?
I just would basically send through my dashboard at the practice to you, the pet owner. I say, here's the amount, enter, flip the payment to you. You have to put it in your app. It comes back to me. So think about the efficiency, like how much it's so cumbersome to like call in and give a phone number. I can't even stand it myself when I have to make purchases. And then I think we're all trying to now have a new way of getting away from germs. So handling that credit card is another way that we can minimize exposure to COVID.
Yeah, I agree. And I mean, I was even in Costco this last week, and they don't even want to touch your membership card. You hold it up and they scan it, right? Like, just to your point, that even those patterns in big businesses are starting to show up of like, how do we keep everybody safe? And so the app, like, we're all touching our phones all day long. I think I read like we pick up our phone 2,000 times a day. So we're all holding our phones. So this having a way to go through our phone makes sense. And is this also like video chat or just text?
So right now we have the ability to upload video from the client side and the practices side. So we aren't at live two-way video just yet, because I think my gut feeling here on the profession is that is going to not be as valuable as some people might think. Because, let me explain for a minute. So if I'm a provider and I'm doing a telemedicine consult on your dog, Noah, and let's say he tore his toenail, or I suspect he did, and we're on a live two-way, you're going to have to do a couple things that are quite hard, Kelly. You're going to have to first catch Noah. Then you're going to have to wrangle his foot. And then you're going to have to hold it just right at the camera so I can see it. And this is going to be very similar to Apollo 13 trying to hold the moon in the window.
Okay.
It's going to be really hard for me as a vet to look at it in the flash of a split second, nor do I have time to wait for you to catch your dog and, scream and carry on. Not that you do this. I'm talking about other clients.
Right. Yep.
This is hard. It's way easier for me as a vet if you could just take a picture of it when he's sleeping or resting, and you could grab a video and send it to me. From an efficiency standpoint, I think that's amazing. The other side of that, one thing the vets are really, really struggling with right now is giving dismissal instructions and having that connection to their clients, even if they are sitting in their car and curbside. You're wearing a mask. This is really hard. I find when I'm communicating with people, I can't quite see if they're smiling unless they have the crow's feet. Then I can sort of see. But when we can allow the vet to send a video message back to the pet owner, this is huge, right? Because I could say, hey, Kelly, it was great to see you today. I want to just summarize what I saw with Noah. And I can read to you I can describe to you your instructions. I mean, you said Noah was just in for an ear infection. I can tell you, I want you to clean the ear with a cotton ball and epiotic once a day. I want you to apply the Otamax twice a day. I do it once, I send it to you as a video. Then when you get home, you're like, wait, what did she say? What was I supposed to do? How often was I supposed to clean the ear? You can just replay my video. I don't have to keep telling you the instructions over and over. So I think that's going to save a lot of for the practitioners too.
I agree, because that is true. Like I had to remember, was that both ears that they wanted the meds in, or just the left ear, right? So now I'm reading the bottle and I'm trying to find the instructions, and just because I listened, but I didn't listen and have it stick. So having the video is very cool. You're right, because then you can just look it over, or if I also probably could send that video to another care provider if I needed to, like if he's, because a lot of times he, like clockwork, gets sick right before he goes to boarding. I can give it to the boarding place, right? So that's pretty cool. Did you have another screen to show picture? There we go. What's this?
Oh, that just shows the in-app payment that we talked about. So see how easy it's going to be on the provider side. I'm going to say how much I want to collect, and then it flips it to you on the user side, and you have to put in your credit card, and we're done.
Oh, that's very, 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 very slick. That's awesome. That's cool.
Yeah.
All right.
The vet flexibility, they can, we find that vets don't do things the same across the board. We like our independence. We like to be creative and do things our way. So our platform is really geared to empower the vets to do whatever they need to do.
That is super cool. And so if people want to take advantage of this, where do they go? Do they go to your website to sign up, or how does that work?
Yeah, go to our website. We can do a demo and see if we're a good fit for you. We really want to be a partner in technology. We also have some really great pricing. So we have an all-in-one package that's $349 a month. And then we have a starter pack kind of for people that are just trying to dip their toe in the water. It's kind of the core communications, and that's $149 a month. And also, we are part of the VetSource family of companies. So if you're a VetSource member and you also use Vet Success, you can even get our starter app for free for 12 months. So that's a really cool deal right now to help with COVID too.
That is pretty cool. That's awesome. Well, thank you. And then we kind of, like, you put in a tip at the bottom, because we kind of wrap up these segments with marketing to sell for positive messages. And you and I were kind of talking about this beforehand, how good enough is enough. So you want to tell people kind of your mindset about that?
Yeah, I like to tell people, lower your standards. Like, just take a breath and lower them a little bit, because if you wait to be perfect before you do something, you will never get there. So you're your hardest critic, know that, and just move past it. Because I was telling you guys, I probably had to spay about, 30 dogs before I felt I was actually qualified to spay a dog. So just get in there, understand what the good enough level is, and that's your starting point. And be kind to yourself. Like, you can't move anywhere if you're constantly criticizing your own self to be perfect.
That's true, because it immobilizes you, right? And then you're done. That's it.
You want to be a winner. You don't want to be a loser. So if you're good enough and you're doing better, you're a winner. If you're perfect, you will always, always be a loser.
That's true, because you can never, it's an unattainable goal on a nonstop basis. So, because that line never win. Well, thank you so much, Stacee. And I hope, everybody who wants to take care, try this technology, reaches out to you, because it's very simple. I mean, I think that's very important during these days, is simplicity. A lot of us are overwhelmed. Okay, most of us are overwhelmed all the time with COVID, right? So that's great. So thank you so much, and we enjoyed having you on. And then we're going to see you next week with your other hat, which is your president of the Colorado Veterinary Medical Association. So we're going to hear about that view of the world next week.
Sounds great. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, Kelly.